Uh, I'm going to just talk about the macro setup for FY23 and then let's say get your outlook for FY24. FY23 was tough year for the entire auto industry. Margins were under pressure, commodity prices were higher, interest rates were moving against the consumer. All that will normalize in FY24. If that normalizes, what happens to you?
We show higher margins and we continue even faster on our growth trajectory.
Can I assume that the ROE, which you've already at 20%, should actually stay above 20%? Because if you're talking about high growth, higher margins, and you want to be investing sensibly, that means logically and mathematically, ROE should be going higher.
So, Nikunj, we are very careful in our commitments. So, our commitment continues to be at 18% because what we will see is as we invest, there's normally a short term impact in that investment over time. Yes, it will be higher. But in the short run, we may decide to invest more in certain areas, and therefore we will stay with an 18% commitment on ROE.
Conservative here? Are you downplaying your optimism? Why do I get that sense?
My optimism, Nikunj, is on growth because we want to grow our businesses multifold right now. And in terms of our investors as well, the discussion we have with them is, tell us if you want more ROE at the expense of growth. And their response always is, go for growth. 18% is a great number to have for ROE.
Every subsidiary has a different cycle, and the growth numbers for auto would be different. The growth numbers for financials would be different. It would be different for IT. How do you define growth for the Mahindra Group this year?
How we define growth is for auto. Let me take that separately because you're right. Each business is going to have a separate cycle for growth. For auto right now, it's about ensuring that we can enhance capacity rapidly and be able to deliver on our commitments in terms of delivery of vehicles in India. Second is taking leadership in electric vehicles. And we're going to come out with 5 SUVs that are born electric next year. And that's a very big step forward. And the team is focused on it and on track at this point in time. And third is global leadership for auto. So those are the 3 key drivers for growth on the auto side. On the farm side, it's maintaining the strong market share. We have 40% plus in India. We've in fact grown that over the last couple of years as well. It's also looking at farm machinery and global growth. In Mahindra Finance, it's maintaining a strong asset quality, diversifying into a few other businesses. In Tech Mahindra, it's about margins. And for each of our growth gems, they're very well positioned in their industries. Take holidays, for example. We are the best in delivering holidays for families in India. And that's something that has huge demand. And for us to be able to do that 5x or 10x should not be difficult. Similarly with logistics, our business is very well placed, has a number of services that span across the logistics industry. And we should be able to do a lot more. Same with real estate, same with our solar business. So there are multiple growth levers that we have across each of those businesses. And because those are mid-sized businesses, that's where we're really looking at 5x. Because 15 to 20% growth is easy. We've done that. But that's not what we would aspire for.
Right. Anish, I'm curious to know which of the M&M cars are you driving?
The XUV700, though I continue to drive some of the others from time to time as well. And I frankly love all of them. This is something that our consumers tell us. So obviously I'm going to be biased. But the cars that we've delivered over the last 2 years or 3 years have been a quantum jump over the industry. And that's what we're seeing in all the booking numbers.
I was wanting to ask you this question, but never late than, never. Better late than never. If for some reason the Mahindra car is not available, what would be your next port of call?
I would wait for a Mahindra car, as a lot of our consumers are right now.
But there is a waiting period, sir, in Mahindra cars.
That's the other thing I wanted to ask. Has the waiting period on XUV700 decreased or not?
You're letting me go, but there's a waiting period. Let's first understand. Okay, if the waiting period for Mahindra car is long, what will you do? It's an emergency, you have to travel. You'll have to travel.
I would look for getting a Mahindra car from a friend or renting one with a Mahindra car.
Smart one. Okay, Anish, we'll let you go on that note. Good chatting with you as always.
Yeah, same here. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.